right, I got an hour 30-minute drive because I booked the wrong flight. I booked February and March, got the same days on the same date, and I booked for February 19th instead of March 19th. And I realized it like a month later, so I had to call and get the flight change. It took me leaving out of BWI, leaving and coming out of BWI, to leaving and coming out of Dulles. So now I gotta drive. But I decided I'm gonna tell y'all a few stories of things that have happened to me. They're so random. In no particular order do I think about these things. But I do think about these things often because it's just, most of it's kind of ridiculous. When I was like 15 or 16 years old, I'm in the dollar store, and the dollar store location is important because none of it added up. I'm in the dollar store with my mom. My mom is shopping for whatever she's shopping for, and then I'm just wandering around. As I bend the corner, I see a woman putting something into her shirt or her like jacket, and she looking at me, I'm looking at her. She does this and then does this, and I'm like, Russell Westbrook, whatever misdemeanor you're committing, you probably just turned into a felony, ma'am. Like, it was never that serious. I wasn't gonna say anything. Me telling on you for stealing $5 makeup or whatever it is you was taking, what they gotta do with me? What they gotta do with me? Absolutely nothing. So what I did was I covered my eyes because I thought it was funny. Covered my eyes, and then I went and found my mom. I said, yeah, this lady just threatened me. She in here stealing. She did this. I was like, what? I said, yeah. I was like, I hope she get caught too, because what is we doing? I never told on her. My mom didn't tell on her either, but I really was hoping she got caught. Because for real. Now, I can only speak from the Black experience, but I have a lot of cousins who the name that we call them, which may sound like a real name, not like a true nickname. Like, I have a cousin, his nickname is Poo Poo, but his real name is Richard. One time I called him that because we went to high school together. One time I called him that in front of his friends. Oh my gosh. When I tell you he was mad, I'm so sorry. Like, we not at the house. I'm so used to calling you Poo Poo. Not Richard. But I have cousins that they're Poo Poo's Richard's brothers. Like, one of them, his nickname is Sean, but his real name is Adrian. So I'm thinking because your name is Sean, like that's your actual name. I had no clue until literally high school. And I was like talking about him to somebody, and I was like, oh yeah, my cousin Sean. They was like, who? And I'm like, I literally just saw you talking to him. What do you mean? Who? Like, oh wait, no, because I know Luther's real name. Because Luther is a junior, so that's easy. And then like Adrian and Richard's brother, we call him Bo, but his name is David. So one of my great aunt Dot's funeral, I'm reading the obituary in the program. I just want to say, I hate not being mentioned in people's obituary, especially when I know that they love me in this lifetime. Don't just add a host of nieces and nephews, a host of great-grand. Don't do that. Say my name. I don't know about the rest of them, but say my name. So I'm reading the obituary in the program, and I'm like, because it said she had one son, and they put his name. So I look at my mom, I said, who is this? Because I thought Glenn was her son. She said, that's Glenn's real name. Since when is Glenn not Glenn's name? Like, what? I literally found out at the funeral that my cousin, who I've known my entire life, that I've called Glenn my entire life, and I couldn't even tell you what his real name is anymore because I just remember reading it in the obituary and then like erasing it from my memory because no one calls him anything but Glenn. All right, when I was an intern with the Saints and Pelicans, I did tell my manager that this happened, so it ain't like no one knew. But I probably shouldn't have done it because I worked for the team, but I did it anyway because I did it anyway. So I'm leaving Rouse's, which is a grocery store. I'm leaving the one in downtown New Orleans. And in front of me is a Saints player. Arms length reach in front of me, okay? He's walking out before me, and then there's a man who comes up, and he skips the Saints player, and he asks me for money. And mind you, the Saints player is, like, people know him. Especially in New Orleans, like, especially in Louisiana, like, people know this man. You know how a lot of times, like, you might see a football player, and, yeah, he might look like he built like a football player, but you're not 100% sure. This man is visibly a football player. Why? Because you know his face. Like, he's famous. Okay? So the man skipped the line and come to me and asked me for money. And at the time, I'm like, I know you see insert Saints player name in front. Like, he's literally right here. You gonna skip the line and ask me for money? I said, man, I'm an intern. I don't even have it to give right now. You probably could have got handed a 20 and now you leaving with nothing. If you're gonna be bold, be real bold. Like, what the heck? When I said that, he bust out laughing. Got a couple more in me because I'm almost there. When I was in 6th grade, I had Mr. Orr. I think he was like the science teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out Mr. Orr. Every day in that class, he moved my seat because I guess he thought that if he moved my seat, I wouldn't talk to the person next to me. I'm just like, that ain't stopping me. He moved my seat so much that eventually I just ended up sitting by him. And then I'm talking to him. How are your kids? He's like, Ashley, you just don't stop, do you? Absolutely not, Mr. Orr. We in this together. All right, this is the last story I'm going to tell today. And I hope my brother see this too. I think about this often because sexism. So my brother was playing like Xbox or something like that. And he's on the headset, like playing with somebody else. And the other person is a dude. That matters because sexism. So they're doing sports trivia. And my brother and the friend is like trying to guess the answers for these questions. And they're getting them wrong, but I'm telling them like, oh, it's this answer, it's this answer. And it's all type of sports. Baseball, soccer. It's not just football and basketball. So I'm like telling them the answers and stuff like that. And my brother is not trusting that I know the answers. Why does he not trust that I know the answers? He said, because I'm a girl. I'm a girl? Man, I'm 10 for 10. What you mean? And I'm getting them, man, what? So I got mad. He talking about some, you just getting it right because you guessing. I must be a lucky something to be guessing all these right. Man, it's because I know the answers. What's wrong with you? Ugh.